What is up, everybody? Renfail here, and it's time for my final review of Dune Awakening. Now, I'm not done with the game, but I'm 125 hours in. I've seen a lot. We've done a lot. We've progressed pretty far into the game at this point, and it is time for me to just talk about all the things. If you haven't already watched my previous reviews, I did an early thoughts video around the beta weekend. I did an initial review around 25 hours into the full launch. I did another thoughts video after 50 hours into the full launch, and now we are 125 plus hours. And it's time to talk about all the things that we have been seeing and doing in Dune Awakening. It's been a blast. Just wrapped up a 10-hour stream today on June 14th, this is launch weekend. We just shared a video on YouTube. The game just hit 175,000 concurrents on Steam, and it's going who knows where from here. Um, I have a brand new still suit since the last video I recorded. This still suit is absolutely freaking amazing. This is the Marakeb still suit, which I got from a quest reward, and I haven't felt compelled to change the coloring on this one because I love the gold-like sand lines and stuff. But yeah, I may customize it later. You never know. So here I am at my main base. The first thing I want to do is talk about um, since the last time I met with you, I had kind of covered like all the things we were doing. I did that video on how I think this is my personal like game of the year, even though I don't normally like sandbox games. But I want to show you guys something special. So this is my main base, which well, it's not my main base. It used to be my main base, which I built at the very start of the game. But since then, I have we've done a lot of stuff. So like today during the stream, we spent the entire day. We started off the stream doing some quests and getting the Atrades building sets. So I was able to buy, it was like 80,000 credits to buy the Atrades building set. I then spent the next 8 hours of the stream focused on buying land claims. And I want to show you what's going to be the focus of the next probably 2 to 3 months of my time playing this game, apart from the storyline, which is going to be building a massive base structure. And while we were floating across the landscape, talk a little bit more about just my review so far. So I'm still, I would say I would still say that I'm definitely, it's like 90% of my gameplay is the crafting survival circuit. The other 10% has been story. I've been focused mostly on contracts until the end of the stream today when we started working on the main quest again. So the main quest has all of the cutscenes and major voice actors, everything else, and then you'll find a lot of the more minor, like contracts and stuff have shorter cutscenes, but animated NPCs. Definitely the biggest amount of budget as far as cutscenes and stuff have gone towards the main storyline here. So this is my secondary base, which is now becoming my main base because this is where I'm going to be building my main structure here. And what I wanted to show you is looking out here. This is our archway. Pinnacle Station is right over there, and looking out over the distance, we've got the entire Haga Rift. And somebody had said the other day when I was recording one of my videos, and I was looking out of the garage, and they were like, "Oh man, that looks really cool." This is where my base is located. So we're gonna go ahead and land here. And what I want to show you guys is I don't have the other keyboard here, so we need to pull this out. So one of the things I did today, now that I owned the big Atrades base building set, is I took the time to expand my land claims. So when you start off, you could basically you're claiming like a square of land, but through land claims you can expand your territory. Did I forget to equip that? Where did it go? Oh, I put it in the wrong place. We put it over here. Okay. So now if you look here, instead of just having a square that I can build on, I can go all the way out there, and if you look all the way up, I actually have 6 squares claimed. One, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have a big rectangle, and this big rectangle goes all the way down to there, all the way over to here on the other side. If I can get over here without getting up on the base wall here. Show you guys what I'm talking about. Goes out to there, and it goes all the way up to the tippy top, it actually goes higher than this structure. So what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future is, and this is one of the coolest aspects of this game for those of you who like the crafting survival aspect of the game and the base building components. So I can actually, if we come up here and land, this structure right here is going to have a bunch of landing platforms, because if we come up here and go to the top of that structure right here, we're gonna go up here. This is all stuff that I was doing from building earlier. And this is why I want to show this off, because if we come up here, you'll look, I can go even a little bit higher. So if I jump up, we can actually go about that. There's the tippy top of my actual structure. So we're going to be building like an eagle's eye nest up here on the top of this route cropping, and there's going to be 2 or 3 landing platforms, probably 2 scout landing platforms and 1 big one for an attack ornithopter, an assault ornithopter. And then we're going to be, then I come out over the base and do some stuff here, and then we're going to be building down the front of this and down the back of this structure. We're going to be building a massive Atrades base using the Atrades building set, which I got today. Some of the pieces I already had from the Ultimate Edition, but most of this was through the Atrades building pack that I got from having rank 5 Atrades faction and buying that set, which was 80,000. I spent like 200,000 credits today, maybe a little bit more. All we did all day today was do quests, come back, spend credits. Do quests, come back and spend credits. But I now have all my land claimed to build this massive base up and down this structure. And that's where going to be, I spend the bulk of my journey. I need to remember that I left my ornithopter up here, so I need to go grab this. Get up. So I'm going to be working on that. And what I really hope to do is, if you come over here and look at like some of these other structures, you'll see that these other bases have similar things where they've got like landing platforms out. Now, there's one over here in particular that is the Atrades fortress, which is kind of what I'm looking at mirroring when I go to build mine, although mine will be different. Specifically what I want you to look at is the landing platforms. So, my journey through Dune Awakening has been focusing entirely on solo, PvE, story quests, survival, crafting, and base building. Other players might have rushed to the deep desert. I don't give a shit about the deep desert. So for me, we were talking about this into the stream today, it might be 3 months before I ever see the deep desert, because it's not my priority. My priority is to build something really awesome like what you see right here. So I'm going to be focused on this, is building some massive cliff structure that I can build and that we can land ornithopters on, like right here. You know, we've got other structures that'll come out. We got a crane. I've got so many different cool things that I can build with, and I have a really cool location for my base at that pillar. We'll go ahead and kind of come over here. We can come in from another angle so you can see this. Now, because I'm doing my journey in this way, my focus is on playing solo and just crafting survival game. Other people might want to go do the Lands Red and the deep desert. By the way, this is where you can come in from the other angle. We can come in here and you'll see we can float on down into this. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. And you can see what my base looks like from the other side. And as we get built, we're going to be facing the entry out that direction, so you'll be able to see the epicness of that view coming up over this. And then players, when they come into Pinnacle Station for the first time on my server, are going to get this massive giant base structure that's been built into this. And it will be open to the public once we get it fully built. Right now it's going to only be guild members until we get all the things set up, but then it'll be Kind of like I did with No Man's Sky. We'll have a public base that people can come run into and use the crafting stations and so on and so what. Um, so that's my journey. Once I wrap up with the main storyline, I will, of course, be eventually meandering towards the deep desert and participating in the Lands Red, which is when we get into um, this stuff here, which is all the sort of in-game, late-game stuff that you can do. But because I don't PvP, this is not a rush for me. I'm not. This is not my priority. Um, this is mostly a bunch of PvE stuff anyway, in terms of setting up the production facilities to make ornithopters and deliver them, to make weapons and deliver them to all these things. That requires a ton of effort and a ton of time, and I'm not doing this with a guild. Like, I do have people that I'm in a guild with, but I'm not the guild leader. I'm just hanging out with Bubbaloonie in the community, and I'm just here to mostly play as a solo player. So for me, I won't be getting to this part of the game for a long time. Like I said, I don't anticipate seeing this for another 2 to 3 months because my journey is focused on completing the single player storyline, which is what we're working on right now. Because I think I've pretty much finished all the contracts, um, unless there's some trading posts that I missed. I know there's Harkonnen stuff that I could theoretically do, but I don't want to ruin my Trades faction, so I gotta talk with some people because I know like there was a trading post down here, the Rift Watch, and they had things, but I didn't want to trash my Atrades faction. So if there's more quests down there, I'm going to go do those quests as well. But right now I've been working on the main quest and pursuing that storyline to completion. And then as I'm like in between that, I'm going to be working on base building, which means lots of harvesting and lots of crafting and just having fun doing that, having a cozy crafting building game. Which, if you look towards what we're going to be playing with Tales of the Shire at the end of July when we go play that game from Weta Workshop, that's going to be a very similar style of game where we're just all about the building and the crafting and the cozy atmosphere, and it's very chill and very relaxed. So as you can see, you don't have to PvP if you don't want to. You don't have to participate in the Lands Red if you don't want to. You can have your own experience because this is, at the end of the day, a sandbox game. It is a survival sandbox game with a boatload of crafting and a boatload of base building. And if that's what you like to do, like I do, then there's lots of stuff to do. There's also the single player narrative, which we've been working on. And as an RPG first player, I do appreciate the fact that this game has that element added into, the base building and everything else. So there's a lot of different things going on. I'm having a great time. I'm not rushing. We were joking about this today. Like we opened up YouTube, and it was like every single guide that we saw popping up for Dune Awakening is like how to get Solari fast, how to get your Ornithopter fast, how to harvest ore fast, how to get to the deep desert fast, how to get your T5 whatever fast, how to get to your blah 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 fast. And it's like I am the exact opposite of that. Like I don't want to do anything fast. I'm already 100 plus hours into the game. I will get potentially another couple hundred hours out of this on the low end. I have a lot of time left ahead of me, and I'm having a great time playing the game. So, if I could leave you with a final note on my review, I would say take your time, play at your own pace, play the way that you want. Don't let someone else try to define or dictate to you what kind of game Dune Awakening is. It can be a lot of things. It can be a crafting game, it could be a survival game, it can be an action. Like we were talking about this today, like the action combat reminds me at least a lot of the Division 2 with like the ranged weapons and the diversity that we have and the way you could do that. But then there's the shields and the melee combat and the abilities and everything else. Then there's the deep desert stuff. So if you want to get into the PvP action, there's the Lands Red if you want to get into the Lands Red action. There's a ton of stuff to do in this game and a lot of ways to play. There's DLCs coming out in the pipeline. There's additional stuff that's in the works, more story content coming down. So I'm excited for what lies ahead. I've had a great time so far, and I look forward to all of you continuing the journey alongside me and with other players as you continue to enjoy Dune Awakening. So don't forget daily streams at around 4:35 a.m. Central on YouTube and Twitch. And with this game, we're also streaming on the Steam page, and thanks to Funcom for that. Check out the Dune Awakening playlist down below, and I'll see everybody in the next one.